Why looking poor can be your best decision. Have you ever wondered why Warren Buffett still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958 despite being worth over $100 billion? Or why Mark Zuckerberg wears the same plain t-shirts day after day when he could afford entire fashion empires? What if the ultra-wealthy knows something about money and happiness that most of us don't? In a world obsessed with flaunting success on social media, a counterintuitive phenomenon is hiding in plain sight. Many of the truly wealthy deliberately choose what I call strategic simplicity, a lifestyle that, to outside observers, might even look like fake poverty. This isn't just an interesting curiosity. According to a study from the Journal of Happiness Studies, 77% of Americans who prioritize external displays of wealth report lower satisfaction with their lives compared to those who focus on simplicity and experiences. This disconnect between outward wealth and inner fulfillment reveals a profound truth about how we approach success. Today, I'm going to share the 7 powerful principles behind the billionaire's secret lifestyle choice. Principles that aren't just for the ultra-wealthy but can transform your relationship with money, success, and happiness starting today, regardless of your current financial situation. These insights have personally helped me transition from a life of financial stress and constant comparison to one of growing wealth and genuine fulfillment. More importantly, they've helped thousands of my clients break free from the pressure to keep up with the Joneses, while actually accelerating their path to true financial freedom. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share a simple 30-day challenge that has helped people completely transform their financial trajectory without feeling deprived. This single approach has helped my clients save an average of 24% more money while reporting significantly higher life satisfaction. If you're ready to discover how strategic simplicity can revolutionize your relationship with money and success, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Let's dive into the billionaire's secret that could change everything about how you build wealth and happiness. The first principle behind strategic simplicity is understanding what psychologists call the hedonic treadmill, our tendency to quickly return to a baseline level of happiness despite major positive or negative life events. When you purchase a new luxury item, whether it's the latest smartphone, designer clothes, or even a new car, you experience an initial surge of pleasure. Your brain releases dopamine, creating a feeling of excitement and satisfaction. But research from Princeton University shows this feeling typically fades within 6 to 12 weeks. Leaving you right back where you started emotionally, but with less money in your account. This creates a dangerous cycle. To recapture that fleeting feeling, you need an even bigger purchase next time. It's like being on a treadmill that keeps accelerating. You run faster and faster but never actually get anywhere. Meanwhile, your financial progress remains stagnant or even moves backward. Sam Walton, who built Walmart into the world's largest retailer, drove the same pickup truck for decades despite having billions. When asked why, he famously said, "What am I supposed to do? Go spend $100 on lunch? I wouldn't be comfortable." Walton understood that excessive consumption doesn't create lasting happiness. It just resets the baseline higher. I witnessed this principle dramatically change a client's life. Michael, a marketing executive earning $250,000 annually, was perpetually stressed despite his high income. When we analyzed his spending, we discovered he was allocating over 75% of his income to status symbols, a luxury apartment, high-end cars, and designer clothes, all to maintain an image of success among his peers. By embracing strategic simplicity and redirecting his resources toward meaningful experiences and investments, Michael not only eliminated his financial stress but also reported a profound increase in life satisfaction. Within 3 years, he had accumulated enough investments to walk away from his stressful job and start a business aligned with his deeper values. The escape from the hedonic treadmill begins with a simple question: will this purchase still bring me joy 6 months from now? By distinguishing between fleeting pleasure and lasting satisfaction, you can redirect your resources toward what genuinely enhances your life. The second principle of strategic simplicity is the profound freedom that comes from escaping the golden handcuffs of an inflated lifestyle. When you build your life around expensive possessions and status symbols, each one becomes an obligation, a financial commitment that limits your options. Your luxury car payment, premium apartment lease, country club membership, and designer wardrobe don't just drain your bank account. They drain something far more valuable, your freedom to choose. Warren Buffett articulated this principle perfectly when he said, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." This isn't just about saying no to distractions. It's about saying no to financial obligations that limit your most important choices. Consider the story of tech entrepreneur Elon Musk. During the early days of SpaceX and Tesla, when both companies were struggling, Musk famously borrowed money for rent and lived extremely frugally despite having made millions from his earlier ventures. By maintaining a simple lifestyle, he preserved his freedom to make high-risk, high-reward investments that eventually transformed entire industries. This principle became clear to me through Sarah's experience. As a successful attorney earning over $300,000 annually, she maintained an outwardly successful image with a waterfront condo, luxury vehicles, and regular exotic vacations. But when her law firm faced downsizing, she found herself trapped, unable to pursue more meaningful opportunities because her lifestyle required her specific salary. In contrast, her colleague David earned similarly but lived significantly below his means. When the same downsizing occurred, David had the freedom to decline a stressful position at another firm and instead take 6 months to launch his own specialized practice, ultimately creating more wealth and satisfaction than his previous role ever provided. The equation is simple but powerful. Lower financial obligations equals greater freedom to pursue opportunity. This isn't about deprivation, it's about purpose-driven spending. By consciously choosing which financial commitments truly enhance your life and eliminating those that don't, you create the flexibility to say yes to what matters most, whether that's career transitions, entrepreneurial ventures, time with family, or pursuit of passions. The third principle behind strategic simplicity is transcending what I call golden handcuff survival mode, the exhausting state where your high expenses force you to prioritize income over everything else in life. When your lifestyle costs consume most of your income, you become trapped in a particular job, career path, or business model. Your decisions become driven not by what brings fulfillment or creates long-term value, but by what generates immediate cash flow to sustain your expensive lifestyle. This survival mode creates a particular kind of stress that impacts even high earners. According to research from Boston College, 77% of people with net worths exceeding $10 million report feeling they can't risk career changes or extended breaks because of concerns about maintaining their lifestyle. Billionaire Warren Buffett, who famously still lives in the modest home he purchased in 1958 for $31,500, explained his philosophy. "If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need." By keeping his expenses remarkably low compared to his means, Buffett created the mental space to make long-term investment decisions without pressure for immediate returns. I've seen the transformative power of escaping this mode with my client Robert. As a senior executive earning over $400,000 annually, his family's lifestyle had expanded to consume nearly his entire income. Private schools, multiple vacation properties, luxury vehicles, and country club memberships. When his company began downsizing, the crushing anxiety of potentially losing his position affected his health, relationships, and performance. Through a deliberate process of simplifying, Robert and his family reduced their core expenses by 62%, while actually increasing their quality of life. The surprising result wasn't just financial security but a profound sense of psychological freedom. Robert later told me, "For the first time in 15 years, I'm making career decisions based on what fulfills me rather than what pays the most." This principle isn't about minimalism. It's about creating sufficient space between your income and expenses to eliminate the constant pressure of survival. When you're no longer forced to optimize every decision for immediate financial return, you gain the freedom to make choices based on deeper values, long-term growth, and genuine well-being. The fourth principle behind strategic simplicity is perhaps the most profound. Authentic living liberates you from the exhausting performance of projecting success. In today's social media-driven world, we've created unprecedented pressure to display our achievements, possessions, and experiences as proof of our worth. According to research from Columbia Business School, 67% of luxury purchases are motivated primarily by status signaling rather than inherent product value or enjoyment. This constant performance creates what psychologists call impression management fatigue, the mental and emotional exhaustion that comes from maintaining a carefully curated image. The energy required to sustain this performance detracts from the deeper work of building genuine success and fulfillment. Mark Zuckerberg, worth over $100 billion, famously wears nearly identical gray t-shirts daily. When asked why, he explained, "I really want to clear my life to make it so that I have to make as few decisions as possible about anything except how to best serve this community." By eliminating the superficial performance of success, Zuckerberg redirects his mental energy toward what truly matters to him. I witnessed this principle transform Amanda's life. As a successful real estate agent, she had built her personal brand around projecting an image of luxury and achievement. Designer clothes, a leased luxury vehicle, and staged social media posts at exclusive venues. While this strategy initially attracted some clients, it created mounting financial pressure and personal exhaustion. When she shifted to an approach based on authentic expertise and genuine connection rather than status performance, something remarkable happened. Not only did her stress decrease dramatically, but her business actually grew. Clients responded more positively to her authentic presence than they had to her carefully curated image. Living authentically creates what I call the congruence dividend, the energy and clarity that come from alignment between your inner values and outer expression. When you're no longer spending mental, emotional, and financial resources maintaining an image, you can redirect that energy toward creating genuine value and meaningful connections. This doesn't mean abandoning ambition or success. Rather, it means redefining success on your own terms instead of society's. The wealthiest and most impactful people I've worked with share this quality. They're driven by internal standards rather than external validation. Try this simple exercise for 1 week. Before any significant purchase, ask yourself, am I buying this because I truly value it, or because of how it will make me appear to others? This single question can transform your relationship with money and authenticity. The fifth principle of strategic simplicity involves creating mental and physical space for what truly matters through deliberate simplification. In our complex modern world, mental bandwidth has become one of our most precious and limited resources. Research from Princeton University's Neuroscience Institute found that physical clutter and excess possessions compete for your attention, reducing your brain's ability to focus and process information. This creates what researchers call attention residue, the mental energy diverted to our possessions even when we're not actively using them. This principle explains why many of the world's most innovative and successful people embrace simplicity. Steve Jobs wore his iconic black turtleneck and jeans daily. Albert Einstein reportedly owned multiple versions of the same gray suit to minimize decision fatigue. Their simplicity wasn't about frugality. It was about conserving mental energy for their most important work. Japanese organizational consultant Marie Kondo captured this principle perfectly. The question of what you want to own is actually the question of how you want to live your life. By consciously choosing to own less, you're not depriving yourself. You're creating space for greater clarity, focus, and intention. I experienced this transformation firsthand. For years, I chased the traditional symbols of success: a larger home, luxury cars, designer clothes, and the latest gadgets. Each acquisition promised satisfaction but actually created new demands on my time, attention, and resources. I was constantly distracted by maintenance, upgrades, and the administration of my possessions. When I embraced strategic simplicity, downsizing my home, reducing possessions, and eliminating status purchases, I experienced an unexpected surge in creative energy and professional focus. My productivity increased dramatically, and more importantly, I gained clarity about what I actually wanted to create with my life. This principle isn't about extreme minimalism. It's about intentional curation, consciously choosing what deserves space in your life based on actual value rather than social expectations or momentary desires. By simplifying your environment and commitments, you create the mental space for exceptional clarity and focus. The sixth principle of strategic simplicity delivers perhaps the most practical benefit: dramatically accelerated progress toward true financial freedom. Financial independence is fundamentally a ratio between your assets and your expenses. While most people focus exclusively on increasing their income and assets, the wealthy understand that controlling expenses creates a powerful multiplier effect on this equation. Consider two professionals earning identical $100,000 salaries. The first adopts a conventional approach, spending $80,000 annually on an aspirational lifestyle while saving $20,000. The second embraces strategic simplicity, living comfortably but simply on $50,000 while investing $50,000. After just 5 years, assuming a 7% investment return, the first individual has accumulated $115,000, while the second has $290,000, over 2.5 times more wealth. But the true power of this approach goes beyond the numbers. Because the second individual needs substantially less to maintain their lifestyle, their path to financial independence is dramatically shortened. This principle explains why teacher and journalist Andrew Hallam was able to become a millionaire on a modest educator's salary, while many doctors and lawyers with triple his income struggle with debt. By keeping his expenses intentionally low and investing consistently, Hallam achieved financial independence decades before his higher-earning peers. I've seen this principle transform lives through my client Jennifer's experience. As a pharmaceutical executive earning $225,000 annually, she had accumulated little wealth despite her substantial income. By embracing strategic simplicity, moving to a modest home in a less prestigious neighborhood, driving reliable rather than luxury vehicles, and eliminating status spending, she cut her expenses by 40% without reducing her quality of life. The results were remarkable. Within 7 years, she had accumulated enough investments to generate passive income exceeding her core expenses. At 48, she achieved something her higher-spending colleagues considered impossible: the option to work by choice rather than necessity. This approach doesn't require extreme frugality or deprivation. It's about intentional spending aligned with your actual values rather than social expectations. By directing resources toward assets that generate returns instead of liabilities that create obligations, you can compress decades of traditional financial progress into years. The seventh principle behind strategic simplicity is the practical security that comes from maintaining a low profile about your wealth. In our hyper-connected digital age, conspicuous consumption creates visibility that can attract unwanted attention. From targeted scams and identity theft to more serious security concerns, displaying wealth publicly creates vulnerabilities that the wealthy are increasingly choosing to avoid. Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter and Block, famously takes public transportation despite his billions. When asked why, he explained it wasn't just about environmental concerns but also about maintaining normalcy and security in his daily life. I discovered the importance of this principle through a client's unfortunate experience. After achieving significant financial success, Michael began adopting the typical trappings of wealth: a luxury home in an exclusive neighborhood, high-end vehicles, and expensive jewelry. He also became more active on social media, where he shared glimpses of his lifestyle. Within a year, he experienced 3 concerning incidents. His identity was stolen to open fraudulent credit accounts. His home was targeted for burglary while he was traveling, an event that was posted on social media, and he began receiving increasingly aggressive investment and donation solicitations. After these experiences, Michael adopted a strategy of stealth wealth, maintaining his financial position but significantly lowering his visible profile. He moved to a comfortable but not ostentatious home in a diverse neighborhood, drove premium but not flashy vehicles, and became more discreet about his finances online and in public. The wealthy increasingly understand that privacy itself is a luxury. By keeping your financial success relatively private, you not only enhance your security but also free yourself from the expectations and unsolicited demands that often accompany visible wealth. As we reach the end of our journey into strategic simplicity, I want to emphasize that this approach isn't about deprivation or hiding your success. It's about intentionality, making conscious choices about your resources based on what genuinely enhances your life rather than what others expect. The billionaires and financial independents who embrace this lifestyle aren't doing so out of miserliness. They've simply discovered what research increasingly confirms. Beyond meeting our basic needs, the correlation between spending and happiness is remarkably weak. What creates lasting fulfillment isn't what we consume, but what we create, experience, and contribute. I promised you a 30-day challenge, so here it is. For the next month, before making any purchase over $50, ask yourself 3 questions. Will this bring me joy a year from now? Would I buy this if no one else ever saw it? And, could these resources better serve my long-term goals? These simple questions have helped my clients make dramatic shifts in their relationship with spending. The path to financial freedom and genuine fulfillment isn't about earning more to spend more. It's about creating sufficient space between your income and expenses to eliminate financial stress, maximize your options, and focus on what truly matters to you. If you found value in these insights, please take a moment to hit the like button to help others discover this message. Share this video with someone you care about who might benefit from a new perspective on wealth and happiness. And if you're committed to building true financial freedom and a life of purpose, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for weekly strategies that challenge conventional thinking about success. In the comments below, I'd love to hear which of these principles resonated most with you and one step you plan to take towards strategic simplicity in your own life. Your journey toward authentic wealth and fulfillment begins with a single intentional choice. Make that choice today.